Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at one of the most surprising turnarounds in crypto. We're talking Zcash in early 2026.
Yep.
The source material is a strategic analysis called the Sovereign Ledger, and honestly, the timeline it lays out is just wild.
It really is.
We went from, privacy coins are basically dead to Zcash being called institutional grade infrastructure, all in 24 months?
It's a complete 180 on the narrative. If you remember back in 2024, the thinking was that regulators would, hunt these protocols to extinction.
Right.
But the Sovereign Ledger argues Zcash survived because it did something different. It decoupled privacy from total secrecy.
And the moment everything changed is right there in the report. January 14th, 2026, the SEC closes its investigation into the Zcash Foundation, and nothing.
Radio silence. No enforcement action, no fines.
Which is almost unheard of.
But the why is the important part. The report really focuses on the architecture, the difference between mandatory privacy like Monero and optional privacy.
Okay, so with Monero, it's a black box. Always.
Exactly. Regulators can't see in, period. And that makes it basically impossible to comply with new rules, like the EU's MiCA laws.
Whereas Zcash has view keys.
That's it. That's the technical detail that saved the project. A view key lets a user take a transaction that's shielded from the public and selectively show the details to a third party. An auditor, the IRS, whoever. It's a system of selective transparency.
So I can prove I'm not doing anything illegal without, broadcasting my entire financial life to the world.
Precisely. You get privacy from your competitors and your neighbors, but you stay transparent to regulators. And the market saw this immediately.
Yeah, the reaction was huge.
Binance dropped those scary monitoring tags, OKX relisted it, and then you had the Winklevoss twins firm pour $50 million into the ecosystem.
We saw it was safe to touch again. But here's the twist the analysis points out. Just 1 week before that regulatory victory, the company behind Zcash, it just imploded.
The organizational rupture.
Yeah.
January 7th. The entire engineering team at the Electric Coin Company, the ECC, they resigned.
All of them.
All at once. A standoff with their board.
In a normal company, if your engineers walk out, you're dead. The stock goes to zero, the product is done.
But that's not what happened. The blockchain didn't even blink. Blocks just kept coming.
So what happened to the team?
The engineers just formed a new independent group, the Zcash Open Development Lab, or ZooDoDL. They kept working and even rebranded the Zashi wallet to Zoodle.
That is the ultimate stress test for decentralization. The corporation failed, the network was fine.
Exactly. And now that they're independent, the roadmap has accelerated. The report gets into Halo 2 and Project Crosslink.
Okay, let's unpack Halo 2 first. The report keeps mentioning toxic waste, which sounds dramatic.
It's a great metaphor. To set up the original privacy system, you needed this ceremony to generate some data. That data was the toxic waste.
Because if someone kept it,
they could theoretically counterfeit coins. You had to trust them to destroy it. Halo 2 is just new cryptography that gets rid of that trusted setup. No waste, no trust needed.
Got it. And Project Crosslink.
That's the economic part. It's the plan to move Zcash from proof of work, which is like Bitcoin, to proof of stake.
Turning ZEC into a yield-bearing asset, you can stake it.
Exactly.
But the part that really clicked for me in this comeback story wasn't the deep tech, it was the utility. The report talks about Zcash shielded assets and specifically the Centifranc.
Ah, yes, the CCHF. This is the killer app for compliant privacy. It's a stablecoin, backed one-to-one by a Swiss bank guarantee, running on the Zcash network.
And it's being used for, remittances in Africa?
Yeah, in places like Nigeria and Kenya. It shows this isn't about hiding. It's about commerce.
Right. If you're a business, you don't want competitors seeing your supply chain payments on some public ledger. You need confidentiality.
And the Centifranc proves you can have Swiss bank-level compliance and crypto privacy at the same time. The narrative has completely shifted.
From privacy is for criminals to privacy is for business.
Zcash basically evolved from this speculative coin into a programmable, compliant financial layer. It survived the regulators by being transparent, and it survived its own internal crisis by being decentralized.
It really challenges that old idea that you have to choose between following the rules and keeping your data private.
Which leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? If privacy can be fully compliant, could the future of finance actually look like Zcash? A system where you're transparent to the regulators you choose, but shielded from the rest of the world.
Something to think about. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.